Hi, I'm Tim Tuller, Canon for Music at St. John's Cathedral, with a couple words about the music for this Sunday, January 26th. The prelude and postlude for this Sunday both come from the 19th century French composer Charles-Marie Widor. Widor was born in 1844 and he lived until 1937, so his influence covered the better part of a century. He was the organist at the Church of Saint-Sulpice in Paris for some 63 years. Widor was incredibly important both as an organ teacher and as a performer and composer of organ music. He was one of the primary organists and composers in the 19th century who was really able to take full advantage of the new technological advances that had happened in organ building. Organs, with the advent of electricity, started becoming much, much larger and more elaborate than they had ever been before in history. And Widor, along with such composers as Franck and later Vierne and countless others, really were able to take and fully exploit the new potential that these instruments provided. They really did rival symphony orchestras in what they could do in terms of their dynamic range and their color range. And so Widor ended up writing, over the course of his career, 10 organ symphonies. And I'm going to be playing two movements from the Fourth Symphony. The Fourth Symphony was published in 1872. And the earlier symphonies of Widor were never really intended to be played in their entirety. They're more like suites, sort of a collection of various disparate movements that you could pick and choose from, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. Later on, his symphonies became much more unified and cohesive, and his later symphonies very much were intended to be played complete. But these early ones are more like suites, and so most organists will pick and choose certain movements. The prelude will be the third movement, the Andante cantabile, which, as the name suggests, is a very lyrical piece with a wonderful melody. And then the postlude that I'm playing is the sixth movement from the Fourth Symphony. It's simply entitled Finale. And it consists of a very, very vigorous and robust French-sounding tune that gets played on full organ and then elaborated on. Our offertory anthem this Sunday is from Edward Elgar, the great late 19th, early 20th century English composer. And it's actually the prologue from an oratorio entitled The Apostles. And it covers the life of Jesus. And this prologue, which is sung by choir, and of course today with organ, covers the words that Jesus quotes from Isaiah: "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor." This is a wonderful anthem. It's one of my favorites. It's often done for ordination services and for clergy funerals and things like that. But it's a wonderful piece, and it actually is perfect for this Sunday, because that's the gospel reading for this Sunday is the text from the anthem: "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach the gospel." I hope you enjoy the music this Sunday.